All right, so these are the most watchable teams for me. And I'm not talking about basketball itself, the actual game. I'm talking about storylines mostly. That's mostly why I watch the NBAs. I'm very emotionally invested in a lot of the lives of the players, and I really care about them as people. So I'm going off of storylines, what storylines I'm interested in. But the worst teams are going to be the storylines that I'm least interested in. So that is what I'm saying by watchability. When I'm on League Pass, what teams am I interested in? What teams may I not actually ever watch a game of this year? The Blazers. I don't know. I think I watched one Blazers game last year because I was a little bit curious about Scoot Henderson and how he was doing. This was pretty deep into the season, so there was a lot of Scoot disparagement, besmirchment. He didn't do well. So I'm interested now to see if Scoot can redeem himself. Does he have a good sophomore year? So I'm somewhat interested. I might turn on 2 Blazers games this year is kind of what I'm thinking. If you're a Blazers fan, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings or anything. This is just my level of interest in that team. Could DeAndre Ayton play his way out of being a joke? Right? At this point, dominating. I like to make fun of him. I'm a little bit of a toxic person. I enjoy that. I am taking steps to get better at that. But I do enjoy watching DeAndre Ayton say stuff. Can he play his way out and be like, I'm actually a really good player. I'm a good center in the league, and I'm going to be a leader of this Blazers team. It's kind of interesting. Am I going to hear anything about Anthony Simons? Is Donovan Clingan going to work outside of UConn? I don't care about this team. This is the least interesting team to me. I should say by level of interest. All teams by level of interest. I'm going with watchability last year because last year, honestly, ranking teams by watchability, it worked. People clicked on it, so that's why I chose it. I'm not particularly interested in the Blazers. Blazers fans, usually pretty cool. You understand. You understand where I'm coming from. I'm not a fan of any team. Honestly, I'm not. I just watch games I'm interested in. The Raptors, I don't care. I really just am not interested in the Raptors at all this year. Will Scottie Barnes be worth the $224 million deal for 5 years that he just signed? Is he a max player? Is he going to be a star in the NBA? I don't know. Again, I'm not super interested, nor do I care. Is Emmanuel Quickley going to be worth $175 million? Again, some people are definitely interested in this. I am not. I don't think this team is going to be good. I think they're over under, 30.5. I don't think this team is going to get 31 wins. I don't think they're going to get 30 wins. I think they're going to be pretty bad. I think they're interested in being bad. They own their own pick, so it serves them to tank. I don't think this is a watchable team at all. Charlotte Hornets, again, is the future French. I can't say this guy's name. Tijan Salon. I hear a lot about him. I think there's another French guy that ended up lower in the draft. Obviously, you have Sarr and you have Risha Shea. There's a lot of French players. But Salon, I've heard good things about, so I'm pretty curious. Can Mark Williams play over 43 games? His rookie year, he played 43 games. That was the most. Evidently, Zach Lowe says he's ready to come out and show the league what he can do, which is exciting. Because a lot of times big men in the league don't care about the game. They're just not interested. They just were given the opportunity to be a large person and take advantage of it. And the best way to do that is become a professional basketball player. But he's really interested in getting good. Will Miles Bridges violate his parole and go back to jail? I'm not trying to pick on the guy. I'm just trying to have a little fun at a very dark situation. I hope he stays out of jail. And I hope he stays away from the people that he's supposed to legally stay away from. I hope. And I hope he gets help. I do. We're not talking about him. Will Brandon Miller usurp the power of LaMelo Ball? Does this team become Brandon Miller's team? If LaMelo has another season where he's not healthy, Brandon Miller stays healthy, I think yes. So I'm a little bit curious about this team. At the end of the day, though, I don't care. I'm not going to watch very many Charlotte Hornets games. Unless they end up being really good, then my tune will change. The Pistons, I'm a little bit curious. Does Tobias Harris play really well? Do the Sixers regret not re-signing him? Does he show Philly fans hate Tobias Harris, and it's tragic. So I'm glad he got a pretty decent contract somewhere else, that everyone has been MFing his contract that he just signed with the Pistons. So I'd like him to show them what's up, because by all accounts, Tobias Harris is cool, and he's funny. He's a funny guy.
I like him a lot. Is JB Bickerstaff a good coach? Because if he can come in and the Pistons can get over 23 wins, then JB Bickerstaff is a good coach. Was Monty Williams really trying to sabotage this team? If the Pistons get 30 wins, that means that Monty Williams was sort of actively trying to make this team bad so he could get his money and then get fired and, not have to work for a living. Good on him either way. Their pick is top 13 protected this year, so it's one of those situations where it serves them to tank so they can keep their pick, but I don't know, team feels a little bit like they could be in territory to be above top 13. Maybe. I'm saying that's high potential. So they could lose their pick this year. I don't know who has it, but will Cade play over 65 games? Is he the real deal? He hasn't proven it yet. He's been too hurt. Right? I think that's fair. There's a fruit fly in my pink lemonade. So many fruit flies. It's so hot in LA. Washington Wizards. Okay, I guess I have a lot of curiosity for this team. I'm very curious about Alexander Sarr. I find him very interesting. I think that's why why the Wizards are above the Pistons right now, is because of my curiosity of Sarr and Bud Carrington, how good they're going to be. Also, Saddiq Bey is on this team, Jonas Valanciunas. These are guys that they don't want to roll over and die. They want to play and they want to get wins, and their pick is top 10 protected. It's an interesting team. It's a team that should want to lose. They should want to sag for flag, but they also signed guys that I don't think are going to be comfortable with that. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Maybe Saddiq Bey's like, yeah, whatever. I'll just hang out here and it'll be fine. I'm just grateful to have an NBA contract. I don't think so. I think every guy in the league wants to win. So, will Kuz play his way out? Will he be good enough? And will the Wizards be bad enough that some team that's a competitor will say, all right, this is the year. We're taking him. What do you want for Kyle Kuzma? And also, how is Jordan Poole? Is there going to be more Jordan Poole stuff to laugh at? We like toxic stuff. We like laughing at NBA players. We like laughing at people who need to be humbled. Not in a way that they should feel bad, but pride cometh before a fall. And it's fun to watch the fall. But I hope Jordan Poole fixes himself. I want him to get better as a person. I'm not interested in the Bulls. I don't know why I have them this high. I guess the Giddey experiment might be kind of interesting. This team is just going to be middle of the road. I don't think they're going to be terrible. I don't think they're going to be good. Is Kobe White going to be the center of that team? Will they get off the LaVine contract? It's just too expensive. That's the problem with the LaVine contract. Is LaVine is a good player, but his contract is just a little bit too expensive. And I think the Bulls have this idea that, hey, we're not going to give up assets to get rid of LaVine. They see him as a positive asset. They see him as, we're going to trade you and we're going to get stuff back. But the entire league says, no, we'll trade guys for LaVine. We're not going to give you draft assets for LaVine. The contract is too expensive. We're kind of doing you a favor by taking on this insanely long and large contract. It's like when you get on Craigslist and you try to buy a camera from a guy, and he wants $400. He paid $500 new 4 years ago. So you say, I'll give you $200. You lowball. You say, I got $200 for it. They're like, no. Are you kidding? This thing I've only used it a couple times. It's like, dude, do you want to sell the camera or not? Zach LaVine's the camera. I didn't buy that camera. I got emailed from that guy a month later saying, yeah, the other offers fell through. I'll do $375. I was like, you don't know how to Craigslist. You don't know how to Craigslist. I think the Nets, I'm a little higher on the Nets. Cam Johnson, can he escape Brooklyn? Escape, that's a movie, right? Isn't that like a Scorsese movie? Escape from Brooklyn. Can he get out of there? Can he play his way out? Dennis Schroeder is too proud to tank. I know that. They do have their own pick. The Nets are going to want to tank. They're going to sag for flag, or Ace Bailey. I think he's the other guy that people are creaming their pants over. Ben Simmons. I don't even know if I care. Last year I cared about, is Ben Simmons going to do anything? Is he going to redeem himself? Now this season, he's in the same situation, still on that contract.
And you can say that. You can say, oh, I wonder what he's going to do this year. I'm like, I don't know. I don't even really wonder. I don't even think about it. Killian Hayes got a contract. Okay. Killian Hayes back in the NBA. I felt like he got a lot of criticism. I felt a lot of sympathy for that guy because it felt like anytime you heard his name, it was in a joke, in a joking context. Like, what are you going to trade? Who are you going to sign? Killian Hayes? Like, hey, it's a person. It's a guy who likes the game of basketball and isn't succeeding. Lay off. Jazz have a lot of solid contracts on that team. Danny Ainge wants too much. He's the bad Craigslister who's trying to get $500 for a vintage Roland keyboard that is brand new. Who's that? That's John Collins. John Collins is the vintage Roland keyboard, or APC 150, whatever that thing is. These are stuff I buy on Craigslist. So he's the Danny Ainge is the yard sale master, trying to get rid of Lauri Markkanen, a guy that he's like, I just bought this thing. Yep, I just bought this $238 million. I just got it. It's fresh off. I got a deal. I'll give it to you for 5 first-rounders. That's what he's doing. I don't know why. What are you going to do with all them draft picks, Danny Ainge? I have no idea. Who's getting shipped out this year? Because they don't want to be good. It's an unfortunate team because it's a team full of guys, again, a lot of vets on this team who you can't ship out all of them. I think they're just going to be good. I think the Jazz are just going to be good. Danny Ainge is going to be frustrated because I believe they own their own pick. I think it might be, it's protected. Again, this is such a weird situation. It's top 10 protected. So they're incentivized, hey, we don't want anything. We want to be in the top 10. We don't want to be too good because if we fall out of that top 10 and we're too good, we lose our pick. It's an ugly situation. That's one reason I really don't like having protected picks, because you find yourself in this situation where your fate is not sealed and you're thinking, hey, stop winning. Stop winning. Stop winning games. No, stop. If you win more games, we're going to end up out of the lottery and our pick won't be protected. What are you talking about? We're playing basketball. We're trying to win. Yeah, but our draft futures, like, I don't even know. I don't know if I'm even going to be here. I'm trying to win. I'm trying to prove myself as an NBA player. You've conflicting MOs, 2 different motives, management and players. It's bad. It's bad for any organization to have conflicting motives and goals. I don't care about Atlanta. I have no interest. They gave away DeJounte Murray for Dyson Daniels. Everyone says he's good. I don't know. Will Jalen Johnson take this team over if they trade Trae Young? Again, Trae Young is sort of, I think, like a Zach LaVine, Trae Young thing. That could have been something. I think Trae Young's obviously the better player, more skilled. They just have to blow it up, I think. Atlanta had some good years with Trae Young, but I think they do need to blow it up. Build around Jalen Johnson. Because this Atlanta Hawks team, they were really good at making the playoffs. They were really good at getting into the play-in and playing their way out of it, but last year they couldn't even do it. It's time. Keep Quinn Snyder. I think Quinn Snyder's a good coach, and I think you need to let him rebuild it. I don't know. Or fire him. I don't care. Heat. Not interested. Tyler Hero has to be a better scorer. He has to be the scorer we all would want him to be. This team didn't really make any moves this offseason, so I don't see them getting better. This is a team that can really perform in the playoffs. They've shown us that they can do it. But during the regular season, where are they going to end up? Again, they were number 1 in however many seasons ago. They ended the season number 1 in the East. The East wasn't very good, but nevertheless, I need this team to have a new look. I want them just to trade somebody. I want to see a huge trade from this team because we've been looking at the same team for a long time. We've been looking at the same team even reach levels of success, but I'm still bored by them. That's my thought. I'd like to see Jimmy on a new team. There was that little bit of drama between him and Pat Riley. I got a feeling they squashed that. We're just going to see the same team. What's Jimmy Butler's look going to be on media day? Is he going to... I don't know. Because last year we had Emo Jimmy, which was awesome. I thought that was so funny. The Rockets are okay. I'll tune in. I'll watch some Rockets games. I'd like to see them be good because there is no flashy player on this team. There is no sexy player on this team. Nobody is on any billboards. Nobody is selling any shoes on this team. There are a lot of nobody believes in me guys. Dylan Brooks, nobody believes in me. Fred VanVleet, nobody believes in me. The Rockets did. They paid both those guys a lot of money. Alperen Sengun is improving immensely every year. So, Reed Shepherd, I think he might still be the number one Vegas odds rookie of the year. What's Steven Adams going to look like on this team? They're fun. There's just no one. It seems like this Rockets team would be a good hang. I don't know what Dylan Brooks is like in person, but he seems like he would be a good teammate. Sorry. I'll edit that out. LA Clippers, I have them high. I think it's based on curiosity. Not that I believe they're going to be good, but wouldn't it be funny if they were good without Paul George? What if Harden has a comeback season now that he's going to get the more opportunities with the ball? Is Terrence Mann going to be the player that the Clippers believe he is and won't consider him in any trades? It's like, hey, if this guy was going to be good, if he was going to be the next guy in the future of your team, he'd be that by right now. He's been in the league for quite some time. But maybe he just hasn't been that because he's behind Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, then James Harden for a bit. It could be. So, and keep in mind, the team does still have depth. They still have Norm Powell on the team. Again, they've hired a guy I don't like. I don't want to get into that again. I feel like I talk about it every single week. Batum's back. There's a lot of curiosity, and that's what brought this team up so high. I'm actually not going to watch a lot of Clippers games because they're blacked out. I might not watch any. I might watch only the ones, sometimes even on TNT. When I'm watching on HBO, I'll think, oh, the Clippers are on the TNT game. I can actually watch the Clippers game. And it'll still be blacked out. I'm so excited for regional sports networks to be out of business. I don't want anyone to lose their job. I'm not rooting for the downfall of anyone, but right now, the blackout system, it's bad. And it punishes people who want to watch their local sports teams. And we're not going to pay $90 to watch our local teams. Clipper Vision, the Clippers now have their own broadcast. It's $40. It's like $40 a month to watch Clippers games. It's unbelievable. It's not you would never pay that much money. So I'm hoping with the new media deal, there's just one, we can watch anything. There's no more regional sports network deals that block out games. Because no one's gonna, it sucks. Go Amazon in that sense. Pacers, I'm going to tune in. I really like the guys on this team. Again, there's a lot of humility. I like Miles Turner. T.J. McCollum got paid. I don't mind Halliburton either. He's fun. I like him. He's a little bit of a troll, and that's fine with me. I can appreciate that. If you can play well and that's part of your game, I like it. So, was last Eastern Conference Finals a fluke? I was talking to a guy who left a comment on either this channel or the other channel, and we were talking. He said, yeah, I think they were kind of a fluke. It'd be interesting. He was recommending me do a video on fluke NBA teams, and he was saying, I'm a Pacers fan, but even I think that was a bit of a lucky break. I thought that was kind of interesting. I don't necessarily believe that, but he did. I think the Pacers are good. They also made the, what was the name of that tournament? Middle of the season tournament? It's crazy how we barely remember it. I barely remember it. But they made that, so I do believe this was a good team. And I think they'll be up in the playoffs somewhere. I think so. Memphis, yeah, I just like a lot of the guys on this team. I like Bane. I want to see if Ja can come back and be good and not hurt himself, if he can stay healthy. If he's out of his bad boy phase. I think he is, because I think if he was still in his bad boy phase, we would have seen something else would have happened last year. So, is Marcus Smart going to be a relevant NBA player? I didn't hear anything about him last year. I knew he was injured for a bit. it would suck to think he got traded from a team that won the finals, and then we just he floated around like Derrick Rose, another guy that is a Grizzly, just kind of floated around and was a vet on a team that offered verbal leadership. You'd hate to see it, right? So the Grizzlies have to be good. They can't have a down year. I expect them to be good. There's no excuse for them not to be good. If you want to say Zach Edey is a new center and that's going to be tough to have a rookie center, Walker Kessler did it. Man, Zach Edey is huge. I'm just excited to watch him play. So I think I really like this team, and I'm excited to watch them because I expect a lot from them. The Pelicans don't have Daniel Tice. Can he be a starting center? Is Brandon Ingram... I heard he didn't show up to the non-mandatory, the optional practices. That was a lot of the gossip that was going around. Again, I don't show up to work stuff that I don't have to go to either. Again, I don't do what I love for a living. So what's this going to look like? I don't think they're going to get rid of BI, because the thing... I could see it happening, though. I could see it happening from a team that just wants a rental because he's on an expiring contract. That's been the whole thing, is he's been trying to get extended on a max contract. He thinks he's worth a certain amount of money. The New Orleans Pelicans don't think he's worth that. So it creates a tense work environment. I don't know what's going to happen, but at the end of the day, you got to play basketball if you're getting paid for playing basketball. Is Zion, skinny Zion, what's he going to look like out there? Is he's zemped up? What is zemped up? There's no doubt in my mind that this guy that can't stay, that can't lose weight, and just has a really hard time with food issues, all of a sudden gets skinny. It's like, oh, wonder what happened. So yeah, I also just like this team. They're deep. I'd actually, now in hindsight, I'd probably put them a little lower. I'm going to watch Warriors games. I know all the characters. It's like watching Friends. Even if you don't like Friends, you still know the characters. You can kind of jump right in and understand what's going on. That's why I like the Warriors. Do I think they're going to be good? No, I actually think they're going to be very bad. I think they're going to be worse than last year. I don't think they're going to even make the play-in tournament just because the West got better. Steph, good for Steph. I think Steph just says, I'm in Golden State for the rest of my career, regardless of what they do. I'm not chasing any more rings. I'm going to try to make it work with them. That's just what I'm committed to, and I'm not going to raise a stink. I'm not going to let my eyes wander. It's not worth it. I think that's where Steph Curry is. I have 4 championships, 2 MVPs. I'm the greatest shooter of all time. I'm just going to stay here, and I respect it. So I don't think he's going to force his way out. Is Draymond, because Draymond's getting frustrated too. He just doesn't have the ability he once did. So I think we're due for some good Draymond drama this year. Do you think he's in therapy? Do you think he's meditating right now? I don't know. I'm not saying he's not. Kuminga, Moody, and Pods, are they going to be superstars? They have to. Those 3 guys have to be excellent basketball players. Just like this is the year they just become excellent. Borderline all-stars. I don't think it's going to happen. This is going to be nasty. Plus, we're getting Clay revenge games. I love it. The Magic. I'm really excited by the Magic. I'm excited about the addition of KCP. I think this is going to be a really great team because I think they all grew so much this year, and I think they're all going to grow even more because the whole team is so young. Paolo, Franz, Cole Anthony, if they keep him. Anthony Black, if they keep him. Again, I don't think they're going to keep Wendell Carter Jr. I think he might be gone. That's just... I have no idea what I'm talking about, but I could see that happening. And then Jonathan Isaac, I'm always curious about. I find him very interesting. He's so outspokenly religious and Republican. I find him fascinating. But he's a great, that's a guy with... I'm not a type to talk about potential, but man, does that guy have athleticism and potential if he can stay healthy. He's a beast. He's a specimen. So I'm excited about this team. I'm going to watch a lot of Magic games. Kings, I just like the Kings. I like Sabonis. I like Fox. I like the vibe of the team. I like Mike Brown a lot too. He's very funny. So for whatever reason, I have an emotional connection to this team, and I want to see them be successful. Because right now it's feeling like, they had that 16-year playoff drought.
Man, it was bad. It's starting to feel now like was that a fluke? Dang. Because what if it's another like 5 years before they make the playoffs again? You hate to see it. Like that 1 year was just a tease. So I also like DeRozan. Did you hear DeRozan said, he's doing like this book tour, and he said, I know the same thing would have happened if I was on that Raptors team in 2019. We would have won a championship. It's like, DeMar, even if you believe that, I don't know. You can say whatever you want to say. I'm so excited for the Spurs because I think the team's decent. And you got a lot of fun personalities on the team. You got Chris Paul on that team. You got Wemby on that team. You got Sochan on that team. It's either gonna go decent and they're gonna be maybe a playoff team or something. The Hoop Collective guy think this is a sneaky tank. They think Chris Paul and Harrison Barnes aren't aware of the fact that the team is trying to tank because they do own their own pick next year. So they think that they're going to try to tank again next year, get like Ace Bailey. I'm not Cooper Flag. I don't think they're going to be that bad, but they're going to try to reach down in and grab another guy from the next draft and be really bad. Of course, Harrison Barnes and Chris Paul, there's no way they'd be aware of that information and then sign on this team. Stephon Castle, I'm excited to see play too. I like his game. Listen to me. I like his game. Like I know what I'm talking about. I love Kenny Atkinson. I'm so glad that he's getting another opportunity. I know the Hornets tried to hire him. I think he verbally agreed to it. Then he backed out. Like, oh, no, I don't want to be a part of that team. I would literally be afraid of some of the guys on that team. I wouldn't want to upset. So, Jared Allen, they had drama with him. They just swept that under the rug. They extended him. Everyone's back. They extended Donovan Mitchell. So, whatever the drama was, either they got over the drama, they actually sat down and talked about everything and cleared the air, or they're just sort of pretending everything's okay. Like mommy and daddy didn't just get in a fight in the kitchen. I don't know. But I'm excited for this. Either way, they're going to be good. It's a really great team, and it's relatively young. So I'm going to watch a lot of Cavs games, unless they end up being really bad, then I'm not going to watch a lot of Cavs games. I'm not going to watch bad basketball. Of course. I love the Lakers. I'm more excited just for the drama of the Lakers and what's going to come from it. That's really what I'm here for. It's kind of embarrassing because I don't think this team is going to be good. I don't think the basketball is going to be good. But poor Bronny James, I don't think he's ready, and he's just going to get torched constantly in the media because I think the most interesting story a lot of nights is going to be LeBron James and his son and the performance and the tension there. It sucks, but that is the most interesting thing a lot of nights in basketball is going to be LeBron James drama with his son. And then the JJ Redick of it all. Is he going to be a good coach? Is he going to move the needle? Is he going to be better than Darvin Ham? What type of suits is he going to be wearing? Is he going to be Gucci'd out? What's his attire going to be like? I think he's going to suit up. But yeah, I'm mostly just anticipating a lot of drama on this team. That's really why I'm here. And I'm so invested in the LeBron James story. The Sixers are going to be good or bad, or they have to be good. This is the best team that Embiid has had. And I don't even know what happens this year if both these guys get hurt. Do we care? Is it even interesting? Have we been hurt so many times that we don't even find it interesting anymore? There's nothing in my head. I can't see either of these guys holding to Larry O'Brien. I'm not trying to be mean or critical of these guys. I just literally can't picture it. I can't picture these guys celebrating an NBA Finals championship. It just doesn't, I can't like AI render it in my head. It doesn't work. I'm excited for Maxey, though, getting his contract extension. Sweet guy. It's so funny when there's a team where you don't really rock with any of the guys on the team, but there's one guy you really do rock with, so you want that person to succeed, but also just not crazy about watching the other guys succeed. You more enjoy sort of watching them. You just kind of enjoy watching them fail because you don't like their attitudes. I don't know. It should be a good team. On paper, it should be a good team. Either way, high expectations. So watching them succeed or fail is going to be a lot of fun this year. I think that sums it up. We got Caleb Martin, Eric Gordon, and Andre Drummond on this team. The team is deep. Okay, I can see it. I'm imagining confetti falling on Paul George. I don't even think he could imagine it, though. The Thunder is going to be awesome. And, they only got better. And I think mostly they got better just from the team getting better and the younger players getting more experience and more reps and more cohesiveness. Because really all this team did was re-sign their guys. Is just re-sign the players that they already had. That's all they really had to do. And then they got Isaiah Hartenstein and Alex Stein, whatever, I don't know. Two valuable pieces to this team. So, man, this team is going to be a nightmare. And also, I want to see Oklahoma City Thunder win a title. That would be amazing. Also, thinking about Westbrook and Durant and Harden all having been on the team, making the finals, and then them doing it with this team. It's a great story. It's a great narrative. I'm here for it. I'm here for that. So I'm going to watch a lot of Thunder games. I just like the guys, too. They seem nice. I imagine it would be really fun to celebrate with the Oklahoma City Thunder after a win. I got a feeling they don't go home to their wives or their video game consoles. They probably do. They probably go home to their video game consoles. Celtics, listen. If you just want to turn on, watch good basketball, watch the Boston Celtics. What do I got to say? Are they going to run it back? Definitely could. I don't see any reason why not. This team is excellent. Do they even need KP? Yeah, he's kind of a nice to have. He's a good player, but I don't even think they need him. The team is so good. There are 4 guys on this team that I think could be the number 1 player on a lot of the teams in the NBA. I think Mazzulla needs to win Coach of the Year. I still feel like he gets way too much guff. I'm going to say guff. I just don't want to get demonetized. That's all this is. He gets so much guff. I just want to see him get Coach of the Year. He's been an All-Star Game head coach, but I want to see him get Coach of the Year. I like him as a person, and it would be nice to see a guy like that get rewarded. So, can they have another historically great season? Last year was a historically great season. And this is a team that they don't rest guys. So, could we get a record? Probably not. Golden State Warriors really killed it in 2016. They really, 9-73 or 73-9. Flip them. They were really good. I like the Timberwolves. I just do. I like Anthony Edwards. This team's also very expensive, and Glenn Taylor is notoriously cheap. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Rob Dillingham, he's too small. He seems a little too small to me. And I'm curious to see what he looks like out there on the floor. Not in Summer League, just out on the floor in the NBA with all the big guys. I'm excited to watch that. This team also seems like a team that could have some drama. No reason. Is Rudy Gobert going to come back and get another DPOY after being benched in the Olympics? Rudy's stock is low, even though he just had a Defensive Player of the Year. Is he going to outdo Wembanyama and get that 5th DPOY? I don't think it's crazy. I think he's motivated now. So, yeah. I got to fly through these last ones. Everyone is sleeping on the Phoenix Suns. I have no idea why. They are going to be good. I think they needed a year. Beal was out for a while. I think they needed a year to gel. Their over-under is incredibly low, and I think y'all sleeping on him. Mason Plumlee is good. Tyus Jones, the addition of those 2 guys is going to help out a bit. I think they could be better. I don't think they're going to be... I think we could see them in the Western Conference Finals. I like them, and I like Durant. I like the Durant story. I'm here for it. I like to see him play. I like to watch him. God forbid he gets hurt. If he gets hurt, I'm not watching any Suns games. The saga of Kevin Durant is very interesting to me. So you take out the Suns. Now I'm watching Devin Booker. I'm not too interested in the saga of Devin Booker. Listen. All right. So the Mavericks. I always criticize the Mavericks, and I always get... because I just felt like they came out of nowhere, and they were awesome. But everyone tells me, no, they've been awesome, and you were wrong. So, they got a full squad for the full season. PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford,
there for the whole season. Let's see this team trounce everyone, okay? Just blow through everyone. Derek Lively, he's going to shoot threes. He's going to be great. Klay Thompson is going to come back, show the Golden State Warriors, you could have had a bad bitch. You could have. You could have signed me to a better deal. Could have extended me. Luka Doncic will win MVP. My camera battery's running out. Did the Bucks windows close? That's what I want to know. Has Giannis already peaked? Can he do another MVP? Was the Dame trade a mistake? Can Doc finally take responsibility for a loss? These are the questions that I need to know about the Bucks. So I think we could see a massive blow up if it doesn't work out this season, because I can only see the team getting worse. We were really praying that last year was a fluke and that Dame was going to return to his offensive glory, and then maybe adds a dash of defense. Knicks, I'm excited for the Nova Knicks. Does friendship work? Are you rooting for friendship? Can friendship win championships? I want to say no. As much as I want it to, can vibes win championships? Maybe. I think, and I want to see how Randall fits in this team as well. That's going to be awesome. Because he wasn't in the playoffs last year. I don't know what he would have looked like. It works with Jalen Brunson being a ball-dominant player, but Randall likes the chuck. So I think this team has potential for drama, but they're also just an incredible team. It's going to be fun to watch. Go Knicks. I love the Nuggets. My camera's about to die, and I got to go see Speak No Evil. I'm just a Nuggets fan. That's all there really is to it. So I want to watch them win. We got Jamal Murray just got extended. He's gotten a lot. He didn't do well in the playoffs. Didn't do well in the Olympics. He's got a lot to redeem himself. The Nuggets are cheap. They didn't pay KCP. Can they still make it work? Does Jokic get mad that they didn't spend money? I don't know. Thank you for being here. Sorry I got to cut it out early. Be good to your mothers. Eat a corn dog.